Well, great evening. I pulled cards to do a reading on these cults and cult leaders, and what happens with this. What are these top cultists like? Okay, so I'm going to play this beginning part here.
Sunday, January 29, 2023. Welcome to the 49th episode of The Weekend Show, where we take a deep dive into the news of the week. Please also subscribe to my 5-minute news daily briefing podcast on iTunes or wherever you get yours. Joining us today is a mental health professional and expert in undue influence tactics used by authoritarian leaders and destructive cults. He's also the author of 4 books, including The Cult of Trump. Dr. Stephen Hassan, welcome back to The Weekend Show.
Thank you, Anthony. It's an honor. Thanks for your good work.
Well, thank you for your good work. This is your third appearance, I think, here on the...
I believe it is.
And your expertise is something that I always look forward to. And we talk about cults. It's weird that we talk more about cults than ever before, it seems, certainly in the mainstream. And obviously... the Republican shift towards MAGA republicanism and Donald Trump being the cult leader is such a big part of that. Do you just quickly want to tell us a little bit about the book, remind people about the book if they haven't bought it, and why you were compelled to write it?
Oh, so sure. So The Cult of Trump, when I was asked to do this book, I knew he was a malignant narcissist, which is the stereotypical profile of cult leaders. All the narcissism stuff, including lack of empathy and grandiosity, need for attention and entitlement, etc. But the psychopathological as well, the thinking they're above the law and pathological lying and sadism and paranoia, etc. So I started with that, but as I researched the book, Anthony, I realized there were authoritarian cults that comprise the cult of Trump, including authoritarian puppet masters, as well as their base, who are being directed to support Trump, etc. I talk about Putin. I talk about the family that Michael Pence was recruited into by Chuck Colson of Watergate infamy. I talk about Opus Dei, the right-wing Catholic cult. And I talk about new apostolic Reformation churches, which comprise about 40 million Americans and 650 million worldwide, of these I call them pseudo-Christian groups where the leader says, I'm an apostle or I'm a prophet, I speak directly to God, and I can protect all my followers from satanic invasion. But if you get invaded, I can cast out demons and I can do faith healing. So and the NRA, because I know we're going to talk about violence too. I included them in my book because at the time there were 5 million dedicated people who think that we should all have assault rifles, which I think need to be banned. So anyway, so the book, everything I said was correct, and I even predicted a violent episode if he wasn't reelected in 2020. And the cult continues, and you're absolutely right. There's just an incredible amount of content about different cults, including the political cult world. But I want to state categorically, the way I think about it is we're living in the age of undue influence. And the big change is the digital environment where we can have state actors and other cultists using AI and data that's been collected on people to do these 4th generation and 5th generation warfare attacks where they're polarizing people on both sides of any issue to create chaos and to create distrust in experts and institutions and even science itself. So
So I'm going to leave it there. But there are so many of these out here. You know, I've seen how many of them are out there saying, I'm a prophet. You need to listen to me. And I've seen some things just really twisted. I mean, really totally twisted. Some of out there are everything's demonic. Everything, every thought you have is demonic. There's no such thing as mental illness. It's all demon possession. Everybody has demons. I mean, I've seen some really crazy things out there. So what I get with the reading with this, and I'm going to put the link to this in here because this, he's talking, and it's an hour and 8-minute program. But we see so much of this. We see it in the evangelical, which I call the evil angels. And there's just a lot of just crazy things out there as well when it comes to creating this cult type of drama. So I wanted to look at the ones that are these leaders that are doing this. And yes, they are toxic narcissists. Okay, it's somebody that wants to be in control. They will say they are a prophet. They will try to put themselves on a pedestal. They'll go on the attack of everybody else and then claim they're the ones that are being persecuted and attacked. And it's just, you see this over and over and over again with this type of persona. So what we have in the center is it's a false person, okay, that wants to create something new, want to say that it's karmic or that they are in alignment with the time. Above it, it's somebody that's abusive, somebody that wants to control a narrative. And again, underneath of it, they want to be like the emperor. Everybody needs to look at me. Everybody needs to listen to me. I am this great higher understanding and awareness. And it's all coming from lies, from this mental spin of drama. Because again, going into it, their message is about, oh, this is the thing you need to listen to. It's the health. I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the justice. Above it is the stuff that they're holding on to for dear life. And underneath of it, it's coming out of their nightmare scenario. Okay? So it's not coming out of truth. It's not coming out of justice. It's not coming out of wisdom. It's coming out of their own mental drama. The challenge with it are their thoughts. And their thoughts are manipulative, okay? Illusional, not based in reality, and they want to try to spin things. Magician. Why? Because they are overburdened. And they want to try to present as some bulwark of truth. Okay. Now the clarification of this is concern, because these are people not to be trusted. They are absolutely poisonous. Okay. Now the hermit could be that it's somebody we need to check into. You need to do your own journey. And these are people that are oftentimes isolated. Okay. Above it, they want to try to put their spin to others. Okay. They want to say it's clarity. They want to say it's truth. They want to see it's healthy, but it's poison. Okay. They're putting out their poison, and to them to do this is they want to feel like they are strengthened by doing it. Okay. So, I have run across so many of these, whether it's a Christian cult or whether it's somebody trying to explain Bible, and it comes out to be all demons. We see so many of these ones. All they focus on is demons. Okay? Or prosperity. or demons. And you don't hear anything about real Christianity and Christ. The whole focus is on fear, or either fear-based, or it's about prosperity and getting this and getting that and being rich and being, it's one of those two dynamics usually. Either be afraid there's a demon around every bush, okay, and you need to be aware everything is demonic. Be afraid, oh my God, or, give me money, it's going to be prosperous. We're here to be prosperous. It's all about the money. And both of those things are absolutely the antithesis of what was being spoken of by Christ. Christ says, fear not. How many ones were actually demon-possessed? And according to some of these things, everything is demonic. Okay? Every thought is demonic. Which is absolutely ludicrous. And I have seen things being so twisted that they bear no resemblance at all to what truth is and spirituality is. So whether it's the cult of the MAGA and Trump, or it's the cult of the Q, or it's the cult of the, the evil angel squad, or it's the cult, I've seen a lot of Hindu cults as well. They're all across the way. I don't care what religious thing you find, you can find a cult, okay? Somebody that's out there that's a narcissist, that needs to be put on a pedestal, and it's just putting out these fake things. It's like, you need to trust me. I'm the only one you can trust, okay? You need to listen. I'm a prophet. I am the, But you'll see that they are, these people usually are not consistent. You'll see them jump from one thing to another, okay? And again, if it's based in fear and it's all a focus on demons, or it's all focus on wealth, then, really take a deep look at it. Take a deep dive and see what's actually there. So I'm going to leave the link in here. I'm going to go back and listen to it. I'm only a few minutes into it, 8 minutes in. So I want to hear the rest of the program about what this man has found when it comes to cults. But that's my take on the cults, etc., with having watched them, witnessed them, and see what these ones continue to put out. And there are so many of these ones out online. Demon slayers and be afraid, and it reminds me of the old hellfire and damnation ones that used to go circling around the U.S. and have the big tent revivals, okay, of that type of thing. It was all hellfire and damnation. Everybody's going to hell, and that's not what Christ was teaching, okay? That was not what he was teaching. And yet you have these ones, they are so focused on the dark. They replaced the light for only talking about the dark. Continually. Backbiting and nasty things that they continue to do. Okay? How many times have we seen some of these so-called, especially MAGA ones, praying against others that, they would die, okay? This is not, this is not the way of Christ. This is not, an honest coming from any type of light, okay? So, anyway, again, these types can be very paranoid as well, and want to insert, a narcissist will insert themselves into everything, okay? It may have nothing to do with them, but they put themselves front and center, put themselves front and center, and then of course the world revolves around them. And so this is what you have many times with these types. They've got to be popular. They have to be no more than anybody else. They have to, again, and they will claim and declare to be prophets, etc. And I am so smart and everybody is so dumb and only I can see it, and there you need to listen to me because I'm an yeah, no. If it's fear-based, okay, if you see it's always just an attack, and then they claim to be a victim, okay, like Trump. Trump goes out, you'll see he's a prime example of a toxic narcissist. He inserts himself into everything. Somebody says something he doesn't like, he goes on the attack and plays the victim and cries he's being victimized. Okay? This is a toxic narcissist through and through, and there are many of them out there. So be aware when you see somebody that claims all the time that they're so attacked, they're so abused, yet you see them, they are the ones out there abusing others and making all these claims, okay, and putting themselves on a pedestal, you know you're dealing with a toxic narcissist. Okay, so thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you online. The link will be in the description if you want to watch this about this top cult expert and his exposing the secrets of the MAGA mind control, or again, this can go for any of those type of cultish places, how they deal with mind control with people. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you online.